Hello, brothers and sisters. How are you doing? I hope all is going pretty well. So, my name's Michelle. I'm going to be reading from this incredible um, book. Yeah, they're 101 Proofs for God. It was written by a wonderful man and a good friend. His name is Jim Stevens. Yeah. So, they're just really quite fascinating. I mentioned earlier how I just, woke up one day just really wanting to share something about God with others. And this book just, you know, to me, it's really from God. So let's read one of these proofs. This is number 25, chapter 25, and it's called New Zealand Long-Finned Eel. The long-finned eels of New Zealand grow very slowly, but eventually they reach about 6.5 feet long and 40 pounds for females. Males are smaller, only about 2.5 feet. They only mate once in their lives, at the very end, right before they die, and in a place thousands of miles from their home. To make it even more complicated, the males die much younger than the females. Males die at an average age of 23 years old, but females live to an average of 34, usually ranging from 27 years old to 61, with one recorded as old as 160 years old. Something like this could not happen accidentally or randomly or by natural selection. There must be a God who created this, probably for the pure fascination of his children, us. In all the years scientists have studied these eels, they have never located their mating grounds. Scientists speculate various locations, from the deep ocean trenches east of Tonga to the deep trenches near New Caledonia. Some say the Coral Sea. They do know the female eels can have millions of eggs in their ovaries, but they don't know what the males do to fertilize them. Each eel only mates once after having traveled thousands of miles from their home to the mating grounds. Then it dies. The females are usually an average of 12 years older. So there is a huge problem for this species to evolve. How could it possibly have got started and continued for so long? Some scientists believe they existed 65 million years ago. Others say 23 million years ago. What if the males and females don't swim to the exact same place over the thousands of miles distance? What if they die en route? What if some males don't show up for a few years and the females die off, or vice versa? What if the ocean currents take the eggs out to sea and not back to New Zealand? A lot of what ifs. When the eels reach the end of their lives, their heads become much more slender and tapered, their skin turns darker, and their eyes double in size. They swim from their freshwater home to the ocean, and at that time, they stop eating and begin their long journey. They never eat again. Wow, this is crazy. They swim over 1,200 miles, according to some scientists, and over 3,100 miles, according to others. Reaching their spawning grounds, the females lay their eggs, and then she dies. In some unknown way, the eggs are fertilized. Wow, this is really a mom living for the sake of her kids. The larvae are called leptocephalus, and they look nothing like an eel. They are transparent, flat, and leaf-shaped. The larvae reach New Zealand by drifting on ocean currents, taking a year to as much as 18 months of floating. Off the New Zealand coast, they change into tiny little eels before going up the freshwater rivers. They are now called glass eels because you can see through them. They begin swimming upstream and they start to change color to brown as they go along their way. Young eels, called elvers, swim upstream and spend a number of years maturing in fresh water. They are legendary climbers, and they've made their way well inland in most river systems, even those with natural barriers. Remarkably, they have the ability to get out of the water and travel short distances on land when they encounter obstacles like waterfalls or dams. Elvers, young eels, swimming upriver, will climb waterfalls and even dams by leaving the water and wriggling over damp areas. Oh my goodness. It is not unheard of for an eel to climb a waterfall of up to 20 meters or 60 feet. The theory of natural selection says there is no God and things developed randomly because of some benefit to the organisms or better adaptation to the environment. The whole life cycle of the long-finned eel at every stage is taking the hard and complicated way, not the easy way. This is a creature that's very existence leaves you feeling a sense of awe. There are 4 distinct phases in their life cycle. Can a reasonable mind really believe that all these stages could have developed by accident? And even if it happened randomly, why would it possibly be the fittest to survive? Only a mind of faith can explain it. So people can choose either faith in a creator, God, as the source, or have faith in some miracle of accidents and coincidences in an extraordinarily long, improbable sequence. It just only makes sense that there's God. Okay. Wow, that's truly amazing. I'm trying to see if I can catch a picture of the eel, but I don't see one right here. So I will post one. Okay. Wow. That's amazing. So thank you so much, Jim. And the next chapter we're going to read is 26, and it's called The Things in Your Room. Okay. All right. Have a nice evening. See you another time. Bye.